Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ladyfloflo, Florence, and today we're going to talk about what you should consider before you do your first prep. Stay tuned. Welcome back to this channel, Ladyfloflo. This channel is all about transformation, mind, body, and soul, and also for new beginners, for ladies who compete like myself. Today, we're going to talk about if you're thinking about doing a competition, you're thinking about doing a prep. I'm going to share with you my top 10 list of items that you should consider before you do your first prep, before you do your first bodybuilding competition, whether it is a bikini, figure, wellness, physique even, you should definitely consider these factors. And so I compiled that list. I've talked to a few other competitors and I'm very excited to share that with you. And if you have some experience and if you feel that I'm missing any item, feel free to send a comment. So before we start, make sure that you give this a like, do me a little favor, and subscribe to that channel and hit that notification bell so you can get alerted when my next video is gonna be up. Let's get right into it. So you're thinking about doing competition, but you have no idea where to start. I would say the first thing, and I sure did that, the ladies at my gym probably remember, is interview a competitor. It doesn't have to be like a person that's professional, just somebody that's a higher level than you that's competed before. Talk to them, ask them questions. You can, if you don't have anyone at your gym, if you don't have anyone at the gym, like send them a message on Facebook or on Instagram and ask them, hey, I'm thinking about competition and I have a few questions. I sure did that, and the ladies at the gym remember I always used to have them with some questions, and I got so many insight from this conversation. They had no ideas how much this has helped me, shape me into going in to do my first competition. Number 9 on that list is actually watch a show or go see a bodybuilding competition. You won't know what it looks like, how it feels, what it's all about until you go and see one. For me, going to my first bodybuilding competition, even before I was ready to prep, was a game changer. I really got to see the ladies backstage looking all glamorous, having an awesome physique. And to me, that was even more inspiration for me to confirm that, yes, I want to do that. I want to be on stage one day. If you're considering doing competition and doing a prep, you need to really be on top of your training. So, are you training regularly? Are you training at least 3 to 4 times per week on a regular basis? Be honest with yourself. And then, are you able to follow a diet? How is your adherence to that diet is? Is it, oh yes, I do good on Monday to Friday, on the weekend I let loose? So this is going to be a very important, crucial habit to build on when you do your first prep. So you already want to be in the habit of being able to schedule and plan your training, fit it in your life, and also when it comes to diet, if you can follow it, that's going to give you a lot of clues on where you need to improve. When I first started, before I even started my prep, I was building the skills of following my diet. For me, training was not a hard thing for me to just embark. I love training, and I think many of you do. So training, whatever you needed me to do, I would do it. That was the easy part. However, the diet, I struggled. And it took me years, like really years, because there's always excuses, which brings me to the next point, which is number 6. And I put it high because this is probably going to be one of the main obstacles for you to be able to adhere to your diet or to your meal plan, whichever that is How do you navigate social events? Social events, including travel. You just negate and forget that you have a fitness plan, that you had a fitness goal. You're gonna have to find strategies to still get your diet in and your training with all these events going on. When you go to restaurants, when you have birthday parties, when you go to, I don't know, an event, a gala, how do you stay on track? Those are the real question, real life. So you're gonna have to develop your own strategies, and it takes time. There's several strategies, but you're gonna have to figure which one works for you and keeps you on track. But life is going to happen to you. Prep is not in isolation. You still have a normal life for people like me who are amateur. We're not professional. You know, if you have kids, like, how do you navigate that as well with your kid schedule and your life schedule to try to fit your training and your diet, which is not just your diet, but you also have to find time to plan and cook all these meals. It requires a lot of time. Which brings me to the next point before you start to consider doing your first prep or competition or contest prep, which is, how's your mindset? How's your mental health? I don't think our community talks a lot about it, but going to a prep is going to require a lot of you physically, emotionally, and mentally. And if you're not in the right spot right now, this is probably not the right timing to start a prep. So you have to figure, am I in a good space right now? Am I feeling positive about my body? If you do not feel comfortable in your body and you're going to do a competition where people are going to critique you, this is probably not for you. You have to have a strong mental fortitude to survive in this sport. So I would say I may have my training good, but I don't feel good about myself, the way I look. You know, it's not impossible, but you're gonna have to do some work on that, because doing competition, having people criticize your physique and you're not feeling great about yourself, it's not gonna work out. How do you expect people to like your physique and if you don't even like it yourself, even if you look the part? Okay? So go fix that first, and then maybe you could consider doing a prep. Which brings me to my next point, which is support system. Although they say that this sport is selfish, but if you have a family, if you have kids, if you have a partner, you're going to need some support, because there are many things that you are going to have to sacrifice during that time period. And you need people in your corner to support, to understand it. You don't have to do it with you, but support definitely helps. And I'm so thankful that I have a supportive family, and even my son is very supportive. So make sure you have that system. And if you're by yourself, then I would still say make sure you have a support system. It's a lonely journey, it's a lonely sport. Make sure you connect with people, and you can have a support system should you have one of these low moments and you need to talk to someone. So make sure you have that around for you and that it's healthy. Definitely a healthy support system. And if you don't have that, I hope that at least your coach could be someone that's supportive, and also they usually act a lot like a therapist. So make sure that your coach could be supportive, because there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows in this prep. Very important. In life, there's going to be a moment where the timing is right and when it's not the right timing. And that's very important for you to be honest and take a look at yourself. Is this the right time for me right now to do a prep? If not, it could be due to your health. It can be to family obligations. It could be, like I was saying, your mental health. It may not be the right timing. And only you can know this and make that decision, because it's going to require, going to a prep is going to require a lot of time and a lot of sacrifice, and you need that space. And so you need to evaluate that and ask yourself that question. Number 2 on my list is going to a posing seminar, posing practice, workshop, whatever, even before you start your prep. Not while you're prep. And I did that. Oh my, OMG. It was so intimidating because I saw these girls, they were like already in, I don't know, 6 weeks out or 17 weeks out. I went several times before. Maybe I did like 3 or 2 posing seminars before I even started my prep or was ready to do a bodybuilding competition. And boy, that was definitely eye-opening. So I started basically learning about posing in advance. And it was also a way for me to interact and see other competitors and ask them questions. So yes, if you're thinking about doing a prep, sign up for a posing workshop, a seminar from your federation, especially from your federation, because they have different posing requirements. And do that. Get yourself inside the brain of a competitor, right? So do that. Which brings me to my number 1 tip. And if you do that, it's probably gonna like give you all of the different tips that I just gave you, things to consider, is hire a coach before you prep. You said, what? Why would you do such a thing? It's so expensive. Like, why would you hire a prep coach before you prep? Well, I was very fortunate that when I started my journey to go to the next level, I decided to hire a coach. And my coach just happened to be a prep coach or for competition, contest prep. And so just by hiring a coach before I was ready for doing a body competition, that helped me like build. I did that like 2.5 years before I started my first prep. And doing that allowed me to slowly build my habits for training, for also for meal planning and sticking to my diet, and how I was navigating my social events, and also accountability, able to receive feedback. All of that ties in. And basically I would say, if you're serious, I want to do a prep, I want to do a bodybuilding competition, hire a coach before you actually start your prep, because you're gonna build that habit already. And you are gonna build that mindset as well, because you have the accountability which is needed. So basically for me, when I started my first prep, because I had my coach, I was working with that coach 2.5 years ago, like the jump from prep to what I was doing, like which was normal weight loss, was not a big jump because I was already doing these things. And all I had to do was just, you know what? I just have to stick my diet, like that was a hard one. But I just had to move my diet's compliance from 80-90%, and I had to bring it to 100%. But that didn't happen in a month. I built that in 2.5 years, in 2.5 years. So very crucial. All right. Thank you for listening to that list. I hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comment section if this is helpful to you. I really would like to know that feedback. And if you have other questions, definitely let me know. So I'm doing my second prep, and I'm posting mostly on Instagram. So make sure you follow me at Lady_Floflo. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Give this video a like and remember to subscribe. Learn to know yourself.